Factsverse presents Craziest Objects Ever Found Inside People. Number 1. A loaded gun. A 21-year-old girl from Tennessee named Dallas Archer was arrested while carrying a loaded gun. She didn't want to get into any more trouble, so she decided to hide the gun in her, lady parts. She didn't realize that she was going to be searched, and they found the gun. Not only did she get into more trouble for bringing a loaded gun into a police station, she was also hit with another charge because the gun was stolen. Number 2. Salad tongs and a vibrator. An unidentified man went to the ER with an embarrassing problem. Some people believe that these stories are urban legends, but this one's not. This man got a vibrator stuck in his bum. Well, he didn't want to go to the ER because obviously that would be embarrassing, so he grabbed a pair of salad tongs to get it out. Unfortunately, the tongs got stuck up there. He ended up in the ER to have both the vibrator and the tongs extracted. Number 3. An entire cutlery set. A woman named Margaret Dahlman was admitted to the hospital complaining of excruciating pain in her abdomen. Well, after an x-ray, the doctors found an entire set of forks and spoons in her stomach. There were 78 in total. Doctors believed that the woman was suffering from a disorder called pica. It's the overwhelming urge to eat non-food items. Many people with this disorder eat things like dirt, metal, trash, cushions from the couch, and eating utensils. Number 4. Magnets. 30 of them. An 8-year-old girl was admitted to the hospital after ingesting 30 magnets and other chunks of metal. Her father says that he had no idea why she swallowed these items. He said she's very smart, gets all A's and B's in school. Swallowing the magnets was extremely dangerous because they could have pulled and destroyed her stomach lining. They also could have destroyed her major organs or disrupted blood flow. She had major surgery, and the doctors were able to remove the objects without any serious complications. Number 5. Packing for prison. A Florida man named Neil Lansing was going to jail on a possession charge. Before he turned himself in, he packed for prison. During a routine cavity search, the police found a condom sticking out of the man's butt. Well, after a more detailed search, police found 17 oxycodone pills, a cigarette, 6 matches, a flint, an empty syringe with an eraser over the needle, a lip balm container, a CVS receipt, and a paper coupon. When these items were found, he was charged with illegally bringing drugs and tobacco into a jail. Number 6. A cement enema mix. An enema is used when you are backed up or before a medical procedure. 2 men who were lovers took an enema to a whole other level. They mixed concrete and an enema, and one man used a funnel to put it in his lover's anus. When the mixture started to harden, it began to hurt. No surprise. When the man went to the hospital, they were told that the man was lucky that the muscles and anatomy of his anus were not damaged. What made them decide to do this? I have no idea. Number 7. 7-inch body spray bottle. A 39-year-old married lawyer went into the emergency room complaining that he had something stuck in his rectum. He put a bottle of Impulse body spray in his rectum and he couldn't get it out. He said that he had done it several times and it always came out. However, this time it didn't. The man's anus swelled up and the doctors had to go in with just their gloved hands to retrieve the bottle. Number 8. Bottle. A 60-year-old man went into the hospital with a pain in his anus. The doctors thought it was a rare spontaneous occurrence. A year later, the same man went to the hospital complaining of stomach pain and diarrhea. His rectum was so inflamed that he could barely walk. When he was examined, the doctors found out that his anus didn't explode. There was a glass bottle in his rectum causing the pain. Luckily, he did make a full recovery. Number 9. Bullet shells. This is one of the most dangerous and craziest objects ever found inside someone. A World War II veteran was suffering from hemorrhoids that were so bad that they would get stuck in the seam of his underwear. Well, to help the problem, he would take the artillery shell from an anti-aircraft gun. He said that it pushed the hemorrhoids back up, making the pain more bearable. Well, on this one occasion, he couldn't get the ammo out. As soon as he realized that it was stuck, he rushed to the ER. When speaking with the doctors, they asked if the ammo had been fired yet. When he told them that it hadn't been, well, they had to call the bomb squad. They had to build a lead box around the man's anus and defuse the ammo before removing it. If they hadn't, the man's body could have blown up. Number 10. Pepsi bottle. A man in Multan, Pakistan went into a hospital with a Pepsi bottle in his anus. He stated that thieves had put the bottle into his anus before they stole 2 of his buffalo. Well, he said the armed man forced it up there to keep him from chasing after them. Well, after minor surgery, the bottle was removed. However, the man was very traumatized. Number 11. A 1.5-ton airplane. Sure, Michael didn't eat the airplane whole. However, he did take it apart piece by piece and eat it. That wasn't all. He has also eaten a whole car, wine glasses, and crushed light bulbs. Doctors have examined his circulatory system, but they were not able to figure out how he could consume all of this glass and heavy machinery and still be alive. All they could find is a specific clenching method in his esophagus and other soft tissue. However, that did not fully explain how he was still alive. Number 12. Wendy's fork. A man named John Manley was suffering from lung problems. He would have coughing fits, dizzy spells, fainting spells, and several bouts of pneumonia. He thought that he would be fine, so he avoided going to the doctor. Finally, when he started vomiting blood, he went to the hospital. The doctors saw a foreign object, and it turned out to be a piece of a Wendy's fork that he had accidentally inhaled. Number 13. Cell phone. A Georgia lawyer stated that he was showering with his cell phone nearby and he slipped on a tile. Well, this caused him to fall against his dog and right on his cell phone, which went up his bum. When he went to the hospital, the doctors were skeptical about how that phone got there. However, they had to surgically remove it. 3 times during the surgery, the phone rang while it was still in the man's bum. Number 14. 20 cobblestones. A woman in China got into a huge fight with her boyfriend and she took off. While on the street, she decided to eat 20 cobblestones out of anger. She thought that the stones would eventually pass, however, they didn't. They remained in her stomach, causing a great deal of pain when they could clap together in her stomach. She ended up having to go to the hospital so that the doctors could surgically remove the stones. Subscribe for more.